surrounded by talent. I mean, who's more blessed, We have Michael Castiglione, the ultimate fired up guy who's always there for his team 20 hours a day. I have Billy Funk right there, who's an absolutely incredible mindset motivator, who's always there for his team. And the only reason we're sitting here today, guys, is because Billy opened his mouth to us one day and said, hey, I have something that you guys might be interested in. And, some people in the industry would have looked at us and said, you know what? Jen and Mike would never do this. Well, Jen and Mike needed to do this. Jen and Mike didn't show we needed to do this online, but Jen and Mike absolutely needed this because we were looking at eviction with 2 children in the middle of winter after a blizzard and going, I have 2 toddlers. How am I going to make it? What are we going to do? And, what you don't see behind closed doors with those people in your timeline and in your newsfeed and Facebook, you don't see what goes on behind those walls. You don't see what goes on behind the internet. You don't see that people are struggling going, I can't feed my children like we were. You don't see the fact that we were, eating out of a food bank, and half the time I wasn't eating just to make sure my children were fed. So, to be able to have Billy go, you know what, you guys have potential, and I see something in you that, I want to present something to you. Now, when Billy brought this to us, we were broke. I just told you how broke we were. You know what, but our desire and our passion was bigger than our wallet. And we went out there, we got that money within 2 hours, got qualified with an extra person within 2 hours after that, and we have hit the ground running, have found amazing people like Mike Betterman out of California. We found amazing people like Javon Sweeney, who just became a qualified Red Rocket today, down in Montserrat. We have amazing people in Malaysia, in 19 countries, guys. Signed Hong Kong today. We have India. We have so many Australians, and it's just absolutely unbelievable how fast this is taking off. And Billy's going to talk about a snowball. Man, that snowball is flying down that mountain. You might want to catch a branch or something because it's coming after you once he gets on the line, because this thing is so fired up hot. As I speak right now, talking to you about this amazing opportunity, Mike and I have already made $6,600. In about 10 minutes, we're going to make another $1,000 while I'm sitting here talking to you. Open up your mind. Open up your thoughts. Go, who's the last person I second guessed? I'm going to go talk to them next, because I guarantee anybody in any industry needs this software, needs these tools, needs personal development, and needs more money. So with that said, Billy, I just absolutely love you. Mike and I are blessed to have you. My children call him Uncle Billy because, you know what, he's changed our world, and I love you guys. Yeah, WCI, Sir Johnson's in the house. All right, guys, back to Billy. Get fired up. Let's go.
Well, thank you for that awesome welcome, Jen. This is Billy Funk here in Chicago. Mike and Jen, they're out in Massachusetts. And as you can see, they're working hard, not just for themselves, but for their team and their family. And, it takes a leader, to be led. And when I found Mike and Jen, I realized in my head that they were either six-figure earners or they were about to become them. And I can tell you that in the last 6 months, the last year, I haven't found 2 leaders that have gone above and beyond the call for their team like Mike and Jen have. And it's my privilege, my honor to work with them. And so I'm excited. I'm fired up. It's hard to go after Jennifer Merrill and how fired up she is. I can tell you this, though. Rocket Cash Cycler is an opportunity that can get you fired up, that can get you motivated, that can take you to the next level. And there's a lot of people excited about Rocket Cash right now, all around the industry and outside the industry as well, because this one's got mass appeal. It's very simple. It's duplicatable. It doesn't matter if you've been a networker, if you've been a marketer, if you have any experience whatsoever with referring people to things, because I'm going to teach you that you have experience. You just haven't looked at it like that, because we're walking, talking billboards. If you look at what I'm wearing right now, I'm advertising for the White Sox. I've got Nike shoes on. I ate at Mr. Sub earlier, so I'm advertising that. We're referring people to things all the time, except we're not getting paid to do so. Think about people on Facebook right now when they like a Starbucks coffee drink and they check in there, okay, and have thousands of friends. They see that. how many of those friends, potentially get influenced to do the same thing and then go out there and do the same thing? Even if it's 1 or 2%, your social equity, okay, is being monetized by companies like Facebook, by Mr. Zuckerberg, by companies like Starbucks. And it's time we take back our referrals and monetize them ourselves. And so Rocket Cash Cycler is a great way for you to do that. And one of the things that has fired me up about Rocket Cash Cycler is that I had never seen anything quite like it. I never saw an opportunity where I had the ability to spend $315 one time, no auto ships, no hidden fees, and turn that into $5,000 in the next 30 to 60 days and do that over and over and over again without having to spend another dime. I had never seen one quite like this, and I don't think you have either. In the past, guys, I've been confined to the United States in terms of who I could talk to with an opportunity. And so when I saw this one, I said, so you're breaking down the barrier. You're letting me, go global. Well, I didn't have any global contacts at the time, but I found Jennifer and Mike, who have over 18 countries on their team. And guess what? Because they're on my team, those 18 countries are also on mine. So it doesn't matter if you know anybody around the world. If you only know people in your own country, you can reach out to people that have connections. I don't know 10,000 people, but you know what? I know 10 people that know 1,000. And because of that, you can have massive momentum in any opportunity you want. This one right here has got tremendous value as well, because we give you over $2,200 in value with products and marketing tools with your one-time enrollment fee. We got lead capture tools, contact management tool. We got a lead generation tool that's fantastic, and a success library that's second to none. Our compensation plan is extremely lucrative. It's a 2x3, 2x2 hybrid that's paying out over 94.5% to the field. And if you earn $1,000 in Rocket Cash Cycler on a Tuesday, you get to withdraw that money that very day. So there's fast daily pay. There's no waiting 2 weeks, a month, or 60 days. The money you earn in RCC, you can withdraw that very day, and that's pretty cool. So let me give you the brass tacks, the bolts and nuts of RCC, where we've been, where we're at, and where we're going. So our launch date was December 18th, 2012, which is 4.5 months ago. In those 4.5 months, we've got over 12,000 members, and the company's paid out $2.7 million to those members. Let me rewind that really quick. We're 4.5 months old. Okay, we have just over 12,000 members, and the company's paid out over $2.7 million to those members. Do the math. There's some people making some big money here. We have members that have made $300,000 to over $60,000 in the last 60 days, and the company is rock solid in terms of massive momentum and having just this incredible team that we've got going on right now, where we're giving webinars every Tuesday and Thursday night. We're not telling people they gotta, learn this like they've studied things in the past. You can become a massive inviter, and we can show you how to generate a serious amount of income in what I like to call a short amount of time. Is this get rich quick? Absolutely not. If I told you that this was get rich quick, I would expect you to run from me and hope you don't catch what I have. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Is it hard? No. Is it easy? No. It's right there in the middle. Can you do this? Absolutely. And I can show you how. So here's the tools. There's people out there that want to know more about these tools, so I want to tell you more about them. These tools right here, they go hand in hand with each other. They're absolutely fantastic. Really quickly, 4 months ago, I wasn't on Skype. I had 0 contacts. I thought it was a platform to reach out to my sister at family parties, while my mom would say, "Hey, Billy, your sister's on Skype. Come say hi to her." And I thought that was it. Well, when I saw these two tools, I signed up my own account, and I used this tool right here, the Skype Ninja, the Skyscraper. It allowed me to search for keywords. It allowed me to generate 4,400 contacts overnight. And then this tool right here, XGuy, allowed me to load those contacts right into that software system, which is attached to Skype, and send out a personalized message with one push of the button to as many of those people as I wanted. Pretty cool. It was very exciting, and I'm still excited about it, because both of these tools, they're like peanut butter and jelly. When you put them together, they make one awesome combination. You can find and meet new people with both of them, and the Skyscraper allows you to do targeted lead generation. And XGuy allows you to do push button automation, absolutely turnkey. And there's been entrepreneurs that have been paying over $30 a month for XGuy. And you get a lifetime license when you come into RCC, which you could take with you to use with any opportunity. The best part about this, guys, is if you're excited about something else, if you're promoting a product, if you're promoting another opportunity, RCC can only help you. These two tools can only help you promote whatever you're excited about. And a lot of people right now, are excited about other things. I was when I came into RCC, but I'm going to tell you right now that this secondary, that I used to call it, a lead generation / cash flow opportunity, became my primary quickly because of the amount of income that I was able to generate, and because of how I saw this vision. So it can be your secondary, it can be your primary, it can be something that, you look at and you make a ton of money with, or it could be something that you look at and you generate a ton of leads for something else with. Whatever you want to take this and use it for, you can. And the second part of this, okay, is this success library. I think it's second to none. I've never seen a library all in one place of Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Joel Osteen, Brian Tracy, Robert Kiyosaki, Dale Carnegie. In the past, I've paid probably $1,000 for personal development, CDs, books, and cassettes. When I look back and try to find them, they're scattered. I can't find half of them, and half of the other half are all scratched and you can't even hear them. This is all in one place. You can actually download a lot of these audiobooks and ebooks and send them out to people as value. You could send them out, to a leader, somebody that's looking to develop themselves, a audiobook like Awaken the Giant Within, and have them listen to it multiple times during the week and talk to them about it at the end of the week. I can guarantee you their mindset can shift positively. Jim Rohn says that it's not your business that you need to work hard on. It's yourself. We need to work harder on ourselves than our business, because when we do that, we attract the masses. People look up to us. People want a piece of us, and they want to know what we're doing. So this success library could be that missing piece of the puzzle that you've been looking for. It can take you from point A to point Z. It can take you from 1 to 100 if you allow it to do so. So I'm fired up about this because I love personal development. I love all these guys. They've been mentors of mine for a long time, and they're all in one place for me right now, right on my computer. I can put it right on my iPad, my iPod, you name it. So there's people right now that are saying, okay, so what is this value proposition? Here it is. Okay, look at what you get. $315 one time. You don't pay $2,200. You don't pay $1,000. You pay 1/8 the amount of, I believe, which is actually a lowball estimate of how much all this is worth. Everything combined on the low end is worth $2,200. You don't have to pay monthly, okay? Here's the bottom line. If you approach me with RCC, if you said, Billy, let me show you what I can teach you on Skype, and let me show you a success library, and you showed me the skyscraper, you showed me XGuy, and you showed me the success library, and I said, how much does it cost? And you said $315. And I said, is that monthly? And you said, no, one time. And I said, is there a compensation plan behind it? Can I refer people and make money? And you told me no. I would still say yes. I would still say, where do I sign? That's how much value I believe we have here, where you don't risk your reputation, your relationships with people, because you can tell everybody. Because if they simply come in and use these tools in this library and don't even tell anybody about it, they still got their money's worth. So there's a lot of people on the call right now probably confused saying, well, I thought there was a compensation plan. Can't we make money with this? I see people, talking about how much money they've made with it. Yes, you can. I'm just saying, even if there wasn't, I would still say yes to this platform and this opportunity. So, of course, there's a compensation plan. That's why we've got, over 43 people around the world right now on this call right now, because we're all excited, not just about the tools and the platform, but we're excited about how much money has been earned and how much money is going to be earned with this fantastic opportunity. So before I get into the bolts and nuts of the compensation plan, if this is your first time on this call, welcome, first off, of course, but you're going to be confused. And if you're not, you're a lot smarter than I am. I got confused twice the first 2 times I looked at this, and it's simple because I took a step back and one of my leaders called me and said, Billy, you're confusing this, you're complicating it. This is as simple as it gets. Go out there and reach 2 people. Turn your rocket red by finding 2, and then help them turn their rockets red. And I said, is that it? He said, that's it. I said, okay, I can run with that. And we started running. And so that's the philosophy. That's the only mindset you really need in order to have success with this opportunity, is reach to, teach to. Do you want to know the rest of it, eventually? Maybe. And for those of you that want to know it right now, I'll go over it. But if you're confused, please, you don't have to be confused. You can keep this simple. So this is a reversed force matrix where you start in this force matrix and you cycle it and move over to this one right here. So how does that all happen? Well, you come into this 8 line. In a normal force matrix, you start at the top and your people fill out below you. With this one, you actually start at the bottom. And I think that this is a huge advantage to anybody that's never worked a matrix before, because what happens is you're not alone. If you're at the top and this board is empty, you're alone. You have to put the people in. But because you come into a board that already has people on it, everybody on that board has the same mission that you do, and that's to fill up the remaining 3 spots. How do you turn red like this guy right here? You turn red like that guy by referring to people. And let's say you're out there and you're rocking and rolling like so many people on these teams are, like Javon, like Amir, like Jen and Mike, like we've got Joshua Joyner, we've got Matthew, we've got Michael, we've got all these fantastic leaders that are coming in, they're turning the rocket red fast, and by doing so, they take advantage of the rocket booster. You can move past people that aren't moving as fast as you are, and you can actually skip an entire level. And so when you do that, well, you're taking advantage of, of momentum and massive action. Now, wherever you're at on the board, you're still working with everybody on the board. You're never alone. And so everybody's got that same mission, once again, to fill up these remaining 8 spots, okay? And every time somebody comes in, you're adding a person to the team that's helping you fill up those remaining spots. And so when these boards cycle, and you go to the top after you turn red, okay, and the board fills up one more time, you earn your money back. How long is this going to happen overnight for you? In a day, a week? I don't know. It could. I can tell you very well. I've seen it happen. It all depends on you. It all depends on how quickly you want to move with this. If you want to walk, we'll walk with you. If you want to run, we'll run with you. You also earn, besides your money back, you get a clone position. You get an E-pin to come back into Rocket Cash Cycler, into that bottom 8 row, okay, following your sponsor, and you could do this all over again and make 300 and a clone spot over and over again. Your team follows you there. Now, the big thing that everybody's excited about is not this 2x3, it's the 2x2. You get an $1,800 entry into that Rocket 2x2 where you can make $5,000 over and over again. You do turn green when you come into the Rocket 2x2, and you turn red by bringing somebody up from your 2x3 to your board. And that's not hard to have one person follow you. And when you do that, you turn red. When the board fills up, you move up to the next level. When you're at the top, things should be very exciting for you, because what's about to happen is that this first person that comes in, that's $1,000 that very day. This person that comes in, that's $1,000 that very day. Same with this person. Now what's cool is this 4th person is actually worth $2,000. So the first 3 are each $1,000. If it happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you would have gotten paid $1,000. You would draw that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And that $2,000, if it was Saturday, you can withdraw that $2,000 that very Saturday. So that's how this board works. When you do make that $5,000, you come back in, okay, to the 2x2, following your sponsor to their board, and you have an opportunity to do this over and over again, all with just that initial payment. Nobody's coming in, okay, over and over again with 315. They're coming in once, and they're able to make 5,000 over and over and over again from that initial entry. It's pretty cool. So what happens next? Well, you continue to help your team, you continue to cycle, and it's all up to you. We have great products. If you're looking for something that's got value, that you can say to somebody, listen, whether you promote this or not, you need this. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to brand yourself, if you want to market something else, if you want to utilize the last frontier of social media, the wild, wild west called Skype, you're going to need these 2 products, these 2 tools. Now, the neat thing about Rocket Cash Cycler is there's so many people that are making a ton of money with this that aren't even on Skype. And so do you need to be on Skype in order to monetize this? No. Am I going to encourage you to do so? Yes. And you can learn these. We've got fantastic training videos. We've got a team that's rock solid. We got Facebook groups that are just helping people out. We got Jen and Mike that are going above and beyond the call as leaders, and we've got everything and anything that you could look for, not just in an opportunity, but in a team to join with. See, if you lock arms with us, okay, we give you this platform where you can invite prospects every Tuesday and Thursday night. We give you Mike and Jen's training calls on Sundays. We give you the Facebook groups that that give awesome content. They give you swipe copy and teach you how to market this. And so we're out there for the team, to help the team. Because at the end of the day, if I can make $10,000, that's great. But if you can't, I'm not going to be in it. And so I'm in this not just to win it for myself and my family, but I'm in it to win it for you as well. Because at the end of the day, more people that can make money is only going to be better for the entire company and the entire team. So this opportunity is worldwide. There's really no limit to how much you can make and where you can go with this. And it's paying $2.7 million to 12,000 members in the last 4.5 months. That's how much money the company has generated. And if we haven't broken records yet, we're probably about to do so. So what do you do next? Get back with the person who invited you and tell them, I'm ready to get started today and turn my rocket red, and they could teach you how to do that. Or maybe you got a few questions. But remember this, we're here to help. We're here to get your questions answered, so please reach out to us. Please take control of your financial future today and start monetizing the socializing. Everybody's out there socializing with people. It's time we all start monetizing that. It's time we turn Facebook into a income generator, not just for Mark Zuckerberg, but for us. It's time we take our relationships that we've created and use that equity, okay, and turn that into dollar bills. And you can do that with Rocket Cash Cycler. It does take teamwork to make the dream work, and this is one of those snowball effects Mike and Jen were talking about. The snowball's not at the bottom of the mountain, it's right at the top. I'm from Chicago, so if I went up north to Michigan during the winter to a ski resort, and I'm at the top of the mountain, there's a foot of snow, it's 32 degrees, and I packed up a snowball, and I rolled it down the mountain, what would happen? That snowball would get bigger, faster, and stronger. Not a boulder, not a tree, not a person could stop it. And so you got invited tonight, not when that snowball is at the bottom, not when that snowball is at the middle. You got invited tonight when that snowball was released off the top. And it's just going to generate more and more momentum and more attraction. And so you can take advantage of this team momentum, this company momentum, and this opportunities momentum. You can take advantage of it today. And so I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to, to let the person know that invited you here that you're ready to get started or you have some more questions. Remember this, the success is not an outside job, it's an inside job. You create it here first, and you simply move towards it. You can walk towards it, you can crawl towards it, but I say we hop on a rocket and we fly towards it. The choice is always up to yours. And if you go beyond hope here, if you go beyond wishing, even go beyond belief, go into that knowingness of who and what you are is even bigger and better than you could imagine. That everything that you want, you can have. You simply have to know it. And once you do that, I truly believe that success is around the corner for you. Once you could smell it, you could taste it, you could feel it, you want it more than you want sleep and as much as you want oxygen, then you know you're right there. And so with that, this is Billy Funk, the Extreme Networker. In my closing comments, I'll reference two of my mentors, Mr. Tony Robbins and Mr. Zig Ziglar. I'm out there because if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. And I believe that Mr. Ziglar meant to take it up a notch. It's not if, but when. When you help enough people get what they want, you will have everything you want. And, to close it with Tony Robbins, it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Could this be one of those moments? Absolutely. The choice is up to you. So with that, this is Billy Funk, the Extreme Networker. I thank everybody for your time, and let's rock it.